What's up? It's your boy Carcino, not the imposters. And this is the truth behind the Migos and Joe Budden situation at the BET Awards. Now, as we've stated before, this new age of rap has rubbed a lot of veterans the wrong way. Me, I told you, you never hear me going off on Little Yacht. And people be like, why? You see it on the comment section. Yachty suck. Yachty this, Yachty that. How you sticking up for you? Yeah. I'll be like, man, first off, he's young. Two, I don't consider what he do rap. I don't put it in a rap category. I don't look at that as rap. I look at that as some new alternative, whatever type of music that is. He's in that lane. And I leave him in that lane. I'm not saying I'm finna run out and buy his album, but my sister listen to that stuff. That's her thing. That's their little generation. You know, it's just like when we were listening to hip hop and our records. At one point, Joe Budden was a kid. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe. He probably still had that beard. But at one point, Joe was a kid. When he was listening to Eric B. and Rakim and all of these guys, his parents probably told him, turn that it off. That ain't nothing but noise and garbage. Quite sure he's heard that his entire career as a child. He probably hears it now, even though he's grown. People put on his music, they be like, will you please turn that noise out? But anyway, I don't want anybody to blame that groundhog DJ Academic. Yeah, don't blame him. This ain't got nothing to do with him. I don't even know how people just don't like him, just want to put him in the situation. Um, like I told you, he's a fanboy. That's what he does. He's a fan. You know, so for him, he was very happy to be there. Other people was like, man, I gotta do this, man. My agent told me I gotta come out. So, but for him, you know, he's very happy to be. It's his first awards. Congratulations to him. Now, we move on to the subject where there was an incident where on Everyday Struggle, the Complex show, where Joe Budden talks about the Migos. He's talking about Little Yachty, and he insults Little Yachty to his face, you know, and everybody thought that was like overboard. Like, dude, you went way too far. You just was dissing Lil Yachty like it didn't matter. You know, like, yeah, I could do that. And ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Now the Migos, Lil Yachty, you know, and he talked about how these mumble rappers and blah blah blah. So that's how they felt. When they were in the mall, they saw Joe in the mall. Wasn't no confrontation. They was finna rush Joe in the mall. No, nothing like that at all, as some people may have reported. Joe saw them in the mall. They just gave him a dirty look, like the still look, like looking at him all crazy. But they didn't do anything to him in the mall. So if they wanted to, and they wanted to set it off, they could have rushed and jumped Joe in the mall. If that's what their goal was, like, they just gave him a dirty look at the mall. He didn't say nothing to them. They didn't say nothing to him. So before the thing started, they had an attitude with him. He tried to dap him up before the show when they doing sound check, I guess. And they just stared at him again. Looked like, how dare you? So he was like, oh, forget this. So when the interview starts, Joe is like, screw them. I'm not gonna. I've tried to extend my hand, give them some dap. They didn't want to do it. Screw them. So Joe's not gonna even say a word during this whole interview. Now, what Joe shouldn't have done was drop that mic. Once he dropped the mic, because he already felt they was disrespectful when he was like, "Okay, wrap this up." You know, he wouldn't. Joe was already staring him down. You know, really being extra with it. And I told everybody here, the Migos is with all of it. Y'all, it's not just those three. Believe me, they ain't gonna be the ones. It's gonna be them other ones that came with them that you ain't even know until you turn around and be like 20 dudes surrounding you. So that's what happened. Now, why is anybody blaming that guy that sits next to him, academic? I have no idea. I think he's blaming himself just for publicity and fame, I guess. I don't know. Because why would Joe Budden's girl be like, well, it was you, because if you wasn't doing this, Joe wouldn't have dropped the mic. Joe Budden is a 80-year-old grown man. He knows exactly what he's doing up there. If he felt like dropping the microphone and walking off, he did that. It ain't had nothing to do with no DJ Academic. He just was so tired of dealing with the fact that they were having them on the show as long as they were on the show. He felt like interviewing them more than 30 seconds was too much. Joe just had a problem with them because of their attitude towards him. And they had a problem with Joe Budden because of his attitudes towards rappers like them or artists like them, him and Yachty. So that's it. That's all. Ain't no more to it. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the notification button. Go.